Daybreak by Arc Echo. You won't believe what happens next. 2019. Welcome back to Chaos Theory. I'm Aurian Archive, and I'm mostly just going to be chasing after some more badges. But figured I'd pop online and, well, do a quick update of sorts. Cause today was not a good day. Um, I didn't actually. Most of the time when I do a Carnage themed video, I at least try to bring up pictures or show something of what happened, and I didn't actually pause to take pictures this time. How can I put this politely? Decided that uh, decided that I was a little too annoyed, too angry, too worn out. If you've been through the videos on this channel, you know that occasionally I do a bit called bike theory. I go out to a specific bike trail, one that I call the worst trail in America, the worst maintained trail, and I've done rants about it before. It actually receives federal money for upkeep because of its designations, and as best as I can tell, the county that hosts the vast majority of the trail doesn't do a single thing to manage the upkeep. So I'm out of this trail, and currently part of it is closed down midway due to construction of a bridge. So, very short run from starting point, get to the bridge. Okay, the trail is closed down, going to be closed down for at least 10, 12 more days. Turn around, come back. And the end point of this trail has two overly large hills. One of them's a little bit more brutal than the other, but it's a good hill climb. Somewhere around 29 degree, 30 degree incline. Or one of the inclines is between 29 to 30 degrees. It's a very steep incline. The other incline is only, its highest point is only a 27 degree incline, but it goes up and around a curve, so it's just as brutal in a different way, and there's no real flat points off it. So either way, it's basically a strong slog up a hill. So as I get off some gravel and I'm about to get onto one of the two hills to go up this trail and back to the parking lots, and I note that the rear tire's sound has dramatically changed, and steering the bike has suddenly become significantly more difficult. My rear tire has gone flat, completely flat. I'm basically riding on the rim. There is no pressure whatsoever. Okay, whoop-de-doo. I run tubeless tires. I go off-roading a lot. Having a puncture put in through the tire is, well, nothing new. Part of the reason I run tubeless. Moment. I'll just walk the bike back to my car, get the pump, blast some air into it, and everything will be fine. I still had some earbuds in. So I get back to the car, get out the pump, put the bike up on the rack, and blast some air into the tire, and got my hand on the tire and quickly realized that none of the air, the 100 plus pounds or whatever of air that just came out of the snap-on tubeless tire pump, I think Bontrager made the pump, all of the air has left. None of the air went to the tire. It's still flat as a pancake. So about this time, okay, something's definitely wrong here. earbuds out. Let's do this again, and this time I've got my hands over the tire, and I'm going to try and feel for where the air is escaping from. All right, pump it all the way back up. We're back at the green mark, so 100 plus pounds there. I think it's like 120, 130, maybe 140. It's up there. I think 160 is like the red mark. So get back up and, well, blast the air back in. This time it's got my hand over it. I'm ready to just whip the wheel around and try to figure out where the air's coming from. And as soon as I unleash the pressure tank on the pump, I feel the air on my hand. It's coming out right at the entry point for the an air inlet. Coming out from against the rim. Okay, kind of not really expecting that. So, okay, pull, okay, let's look at what we got here. Is this, a thorn? Something has lodged in the side of it? No, I've blown out the sidewall. About 4 inch. The rubber has just split between the beaded seal and the sidewall. Now, I don't have the tools to put a tubeless tire on. I know. I just never got around to purchasing them because I know a really good bike shop, and they charge fair rates, fair labor, and they do very good work. I will buy parts from anywhere else when it comes to servicing my bike. There's just one shop I'll go to. And now I'm kind of embarrassed to take my bike to them now, because I'm going to have to look at them and explain that somehow I have burst the sidewall on a tire before I wore the tire tread out. And just for reference, I'm running Maxxis Minion DHR2. Actually, I run DHR2 on my front and rear tires, and I know some people go, why do you run rear tires on both? Well, because it's the same kind of setup that another biker used to successfully win a championship. B, the trails that I normally go on, since I'm not going for ultimate speed, ultimate racing, I'm not worried about rolling resistance. I just won't grip. I want tight grip across a variety of terrain, because I can be gravel one moment, tarmac the next, mud the next. It's just the terrain I go on just varies so much. So I run Maxxis Minion DHR2s, and I've managed to blow out the sidewall. Still not sure how I did that. And either I'm just that heavy and have been landing on the bike that hard, or I ran past something that ripped a hole in it and didn't notice, which distinct possibility given the way I crash quite often. Or for all I know, this could have been a reason. It's when I am doing the camera test and I showed off the scrapes and bruises on my arms. This could be a result. Maybe I scratched something in that crash on a tire, and today was just a breaking point where it just blew out. So either ways, I'm suddenly in the market for a new tire. And as I've spent a good bit of the afternoon looking around, what are other people saying about the various tires that are available, and I guess the weird thing is that almost every top 10 list out there for mountain bike tires references the Minion DHF and DHR. And everyone references the Minion because it's a phenomenal tire. It does everything adequately, if not very well. And it's sort of like having just... the thing is, the bike I started with is a Trek, so it started with Bontrager tires. And I know that on the terrain that I ride, the Maxxis Minions do give me more grip than the Bontrager tires that the bike started with. And I kind of, want to try something else, but for the mixed variety of trails that I ride on, the only tire that seems to have a consensus, that is, in a number of different sites, a number of different riders put it all in their top 10 list, is the Maxxis Minion. So am I just so desperate to just try something else because I blew out the tire or blew out the sidewall? Or do I just go ahead and risk one of those other number one tires that I've seen recommended or have been linked to me in the Google approved news feed? Do I try one of those, or just what's my game plan here? And I'd kind of just come back with a stunned look on my face and go, I don't really know. I've got an ageless somewhere. Oh, hello. Oh, yes. Reconnaissance officers. I forgot about you guys. So anyways, that was basically my afternoon. Now, for the City of Hero players who, the server that I'm on has a Discord link. So I was, able to tell the other players who were currently in game that, I just blew out a rear tire on my bike, and their first question is, am I okay? Alright, although I blew out the sidewall, it's the location of where it was blown out at. Okay, I think I already did Talos. Give me a second while I see what zone I need to head to next. Okay, I just did Eden. I just Founders Falls. So I think I'm on my way to Peregrine Island. Okay, yeah. Okay, we're gonna do Peregrine Island, and then we're gonna go from Peregrine Island to the Shadow Shard. Okay. Now there we go. Okay, anyway, so no, I didn't actually crash and fall out the bike. When it became apparent that I had a inflation deficiency, as it were. Wow. There's some innuendo in that statement. Inflation deficiency. Pop 2 pills and call the doctor in the morning. Anyways, I know that was bad. Anyway, because of the inflation deficiency, I'm not going to get that one out of my head anytime soon. Since I noticed it when I was going up a hill or turning into it, this was not a high velocity exit from the bike, blowout at 20 miles per hour, 26 miles per hour downhill run. It was just say, what's that funky sound? Why can't I turn? So I was thankfully not injured. I was not thrown from the bike. I have not gained any additional scars or other injury as of the blowout. It's sort of like, can I even call it a blowout since it just went poof? It's like, yes, I'm physically fine. It's nothing dramatic happened. It's just annoying and was $60 to $90 I wasn't really expecting to spend, and kind of that's one of the crux in going out and just buying another tire. Yes, I could just pick up the exact Maxxis Minion DHR2, but I don't know, I just kind of want to try something else. But if I was aggressively racing, or if I had a more consistent terrain, or if I had a completely other hub, back end for the bike, wheel and everything, so I could just run multiple wheels for multiple scenarios, then where is that badge? Did I miss it? Oh, I'm too far south. If I was doing that kind of rampaging along, yeah, I'd probably think seriously about trying something other than going back and just getting another Maxis Minion DHR2. However, since my terrain is the terrain that I normally ride on is going to continue to be varied and different, and I don't have a compelling reason to just say screw it and pick up, what was I looking at? Picking up, say, a Vittoria Mazzo or Vittoria Martello or a Vittoria Agaro. I mean, part of me kind of would want to try them, or a Continental tire or something else. I don't have a compelling reason to convince myself that it's worth spending the money on something else when I already know the Dominion DHR2 gives me the grip I want. And what was that? Oh, ghouls. No, sorry, not ghouls. Banished Pantheon. Anyways, easily distractible. Yes, I am. So I'm kind of probably just going to go do a match and model and grab another Maxis Minion DHR2 rather than trying something else. I sort of I realize not enough people watch this who have input on what would be a good mixed terrain tire to try, tubeless and kind of tubeless 27-inch tire to try. And so yeah, that was how my day went. Now the other, I guess, significant commentary that I kind of have to make tonight is Anchor, who, well, by now you've probably heard of Anchor's power. You've probably seen Anchor's USB cables, and they've grown significantly from simply being a purchasing ODM products, original design manufacturer products, slapping their name on it and putting it out for sale. I still have an Anchor mouse with the original Anchor ship's Anchor emblem on it. Actually, that's the mouse that's hooked up to the media server and kind of goes with the media server. I've been using Anchor products for a long time, and so I was kind of paying attention, when Anchor bought Soundcore, and I've mentioned before that the microphone I'm using now is Anchor's B600 conference camera, and so far, at least as far as I can tell, seems to be doing pretty good. And since I figured out how to enable OBS's noise canceling, seemed to be doing a fairly good job of just picking up intended noise over the microphone. Anyway, so Anchor's started sending out surveys asking about a 3D printer. Well, now this is kind of interesting because given that it's an Anchor product, I just have this mental image of a 3D printer with a built-in soundbar and a camera that rotates to either show you the print or operate as a conference camera, and has microphones at each one of the corners so that you can hear from around the 3D printer, as well as hear, if you're remotely, everything that the 3D printer is doing. I'm too far for this. I just have this weird mental image of a conference call enabled 3D printer. The thought entered my head, and I just can't get it out. I'm not really sure how well a soundbar would work integrated with a 3D printer, but if anyone can make it work as intended, it's like some jamming tune for while your print builds itself. The all-in-one package. Okay, more seriously as to the product. Anchor makes some pretty good hardware. And since they've kind of gotten out of the white box ODM phase and are into designing their own products with their own facilities, they've got a really good track record for build quality. I don't really harbor any doubt that a 3D printer from Anchor is probably going to have better build construction than 90% of the 3D printers you could buy on AliExpress. Now, personally, as I kind of want a 3D printer. I mean, I really do. Difficulty is that I don't have a justifiable reason to have a 3D printer. I mean, I don't do any industrial prototyping. So sort of like, yeah, it'd be cool to be able to just print some things every now and then, you know. It's like, oh, that's cool, I can print that. But I guess the thing is, for me, is that all of the times when I've really wanted a 3D printer, it's been because I needed some unique, non-specific industrial requirement met. And I guess my case in point would be power sockets and cable throughputs. When you're putting a power socket behind a television and you're mounting it on a wall, there's not really a whole lot of socket adapters out there that are meant for putting a power socket behind a television in a wall where it's being hung. It's kind of an underserved market. Nor is there really anything, you know, if you do find something, I've got a list for a vendor for someone who does make an angled plug that's meant to go into a wall. It only comes in one color, and kind of you're stuck with that color, which is an off-white. You could paint it. It kind of going, if you're trying to match a wood finish, if you could just get a filament with a wood pattern to it, you can make something that more matches wherever you're trying to put the electrical socket and the cable runners. So it's sort of like, it's been bespoke instances like that where, yeah, 3D printer would be really nice. Then you have to find a filament that's tough enough to actually withstand where you intend to put it, and have a printer that's capable of melting or applying that filament, which is a completely different open question into itself. Here we go. There's the last batch. And on to the shot. So yeah, sort of, yeah, I'm interested, but the practical uses for it, or at least my practical uses for it, are probably minimal. Although it would be kind of cool to, you know, be able to print my various characters from in-game. But then I'd have to paint them afterwards. I'm not really sure I'd want to do that. Yeah, and I know I'm yawning. Yeah, multi-mile pushing of a bike is great exercise, but wasn't exactly how I intended to get my exercise today. I guess, I know there's, whoa, are you? There you are. Yeah, I know I'm snarfling a lot. I sound like Darth Vader. Having an epileptic fit. Alright, where's my next batch? Going up there. Let's see, exit out. So I want to get over there. Okay, there you are. I'm here. Shortest way to there. You take me that way? Okay, which way are you fronting? Okay, up. I think I want to go. There you are. Almost made it. Badge. The next one is over there. So I want to catch. You go back that way. Thank you. You are in the wrong direction. Oh yeah, this is one of those that jumps into nowhere. Okay, I think the one I need is all the way back this way. And yeah, I know, I could just throw on a jetpack. But where's the fun in that? Alright, you're up here. Oh well, got in. And a jetpack anyways. Since I know Riot is going to bug me about this one, I've mentioned before that I've somehow wound up in a, I don't know, relationship with one of the other players. Am I getting her anything for Valentine's? And would have been really nice to have been able to have sent her some flowers. Except I don't know if she's allergic to any flowers. Yeah, nothing sucks quite like sending somebody a bunch of poison. Okay. I think I just butchered that jump. As alluded to in previous posts, I don't have that. I don't have a whole lot of money to throw around. I'm kind of and just justifying the shotgun mic was, yeah, I had better things I could probably spend the money on. Still just racking my head around, is it? Do I just send her a again, I'm kind of working this through in my head because I know Riot is gonna bug the living daylights out of me about it. And the thing is, the player knows that I don't really have a lot of money, and their own words, knowing that I tend to be a little short on cash, uh, wanted to know if they should pay me for all of the builds that I was making, or what would I charge for a number of builds. And I said, my response was to the effect of, I don't even know how to price something like that. It's some builds that I make are 5 minutes. It's just like, I've already done it. It just takes a little bit of optimization. Here you go, one complete build, I'm done. It wasn't really that much of an investment in time or anything else. Other builds are complete and utter nightmares. I can be 10 revisions deep and still not have something that I think will work. And so I can spend 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours possibly even days, depending on what was asked for. So didn't have an answer. So, and I kind of got it. I don't have a Patreon. I don't have anything else up right now. I'm not even. It's like it's been suggested I have a Patreon. I'm going, well, then you have to do rewards, and well, what rewards can I possibly offer? I don't do merch. I don't have T-shirts. I don't have mugs. It's what would a Patreon reward be? And, I kind of liked, kind of like the tip systems, and it kind of got it, is they wanted to find a way to, well, and it's sort of like, you get to the moment where you realize that you're tired enough that you're really putting thoughts and motivation into someone else's mind when you're extrapolating what you presume the intentions to be. And it's like, that they know that you're short on cash, and then they come up with, well, what's the way that they can send you money, but if they're not just sending you money out of pity or out of sympathy, they're sending you money and they're getting something back, and kind of, I don't know. And if someone could even just think that, kind of not the behavior. It's not the behavior that I expect from people, really. And it's sort of like, well, they want to send them something, Valentine's, but anything I could send them is now money that I don't have to spend on something that I need. I need to pay off debts. I need to pay for my cards. And I gotta pay to put my bike back on the road. Yeah, I'm sorry, She's like, I know Rieda's gonna just rag on me hard about this. I can just hear him now. Dude, you got a girlfriend and you didn't get her anything for Valentine's? Yeah, the only thing I can really send right now is just a bunch of hugs. And those don't really go in a FedEx box now, do they? Cute. The track right now is Arkeko's Measure of a Life. I don't know if that's appropriate or inappropriate for where the conversation just went to. Solid words. Great. And now I can't stop thinking that she's got the clipping. Why does the clipping just not bug me on her? Probably because she spends half the time halfway invisible because of super speed and a stealth proc. I think we will be leaning hard on a jetpack for this one. Alright, what do we... That's weird. You guys just... Storage. Now I want to do a circle around. Alright, so I'm going to go down. I think I can get there from here. Alright, And so, like, yeah, I know, it's dead air. I should have something else to talk about. But kind of just lost in sorrow, if that makes sense. And it's like, the only other thing I kind of, I guess, even remotely talk about is... I've mentioned before that the phone I presently use, or my day-to-day phone that I'm still making payments on, is a Nubia ZTE Red Magic. Wow, that's a branding list right there. Red Magic 6 Racing. Now, very recently. Can I get there from here? That's the return path. I want to go this way to continue to circle. But now I need to get back up. I'm gonna grab the one atop the Building of Doom. We're over here. Moment. Whoa. Not quite at a safe point. So, anyways, I use the ZTE Nubia Red Magic 6 Racing phone, and that's been my daily driver phone for a little while now. And very recently, it developed a discoloration in the lower right-hand corner. And I contacted ZT support, and longer story short is, worst case scenario, if it was a case of liquid ingress, it would be $300 to fix the phone. Not thrilled about that. And it sort of looked at someone else and said it kind of, I think, says all that really needed to be said about how much I liked the phone, and that I was willing to possibly have to put $300 on a credit card and get my phone fixed, then hop on AliExpress and just buy another $100 El Cheapo Android phone import. Well, so okay, I sent the phone off to ZT service department, and they sent it back and repaired it. No charge. I still don't know what actually went wrong with it, why the screen discoloration happened to begin with, what broke, or why it broke. But getting my phone back with no charge, and I know that it had to have some components had to be replaced, and this was not a trivial parts replacement. So I kind of really have to give some credit to ZTE here, that I don't know what they had to do to fix it, but I thank them for fixing it under... I'm not really sure how it could have been classified as warranty, since I am notoriously brutal on phones. So it's... when I got the phone back, and would I deal with ZTE again as a customer? for another device, yeah. Okay, and I know since I live in the United States, and I know there have been accusations slung one way or the other about spyware, malicious software, or other malignant, malfeasant, something malicious, spyware, malware, you name it. There's been accusations thrown at ZTE and sanctions levied at ZTE for misbehaviors. Well, the only ZTE device I have in hand is the Red Magic 6R. And it's one of the things that I kind of, when I go and buy a phone, kind of one of the things that I say that I look for is, did I cut that short? Whoa, missed it. One of the things I'd kind of say I look for is the bootloader unlockable? Can I install my own version of Android? Can I install my own version of Linux on this device? Because if the bootloader is unlocked, and you can install whatever software you want to because you've unlocked the bootloader, then chances are the vendor probably doesn't have anything really to hide. And as far as I can tell, I've never personally managed to determine any kind of malicious software on my Red Magic 6 Racing. Now this isn't to say that this is a authoritative, definitive proof that it is free from spyware or malware, but as we quickly learn each day from security bulletins put out, the OEMs and ODMs probably don't have to install any malware of their own. Third-party app developers will happily put malicious software and run it through the Google Play Store. It's like every day there's this notification of please uninstall these apps immediately or your phone may be at risk. Yeah, real good security protocols there. So, yeah, I would happily deal with the ZTE again for a new phone. Now, that being said, with Google's lack of direction and Google's malicious behavior, I think ZTE and Red Magic may see a significant strategic partnership in offering alternative ROMs for their phones that are not based on Android Linux. And I've said this in a survey to ZTE. I think I would strongly recommend that they look at running a Plasma Mobile phone loadout, maybe work together with Valve and work on an ARM port of the Arch Linux that's being used in the Steam Deck, and produce a KDE based ROM for their phones that will also natively run Steam and in turn run Proton, and that opens up Red Magic as a gaming phone to a whole nother market. As it might be interesting if they were the first Steam phone out of the gate, or if their previous Snapdragon devices were capable of being converted into a Steam phone with a KDE Plasma Mobile interface. Kind of one of the things I would just kind of note or go over. And that would, again, it would make a much stronger case for worries about malicious software or worries about spyware. Because at that point, if you're just prepackaging a Linux distribution and putting it on your device, then you've really probably got nothing to hide in the software. I should probably see what that Discord beep was for. Only give me either. Someone has a evap leak barcode diagnostic, and Nissan of Greer, part number 317051XZ2C, has a sale price of $727.64. For comparison, a vapor canister purge solenoid for 2013 to 2019 Nissan Sentras from Parts Geek has a sale price of $123.65. From AutoZone, a Duralast canister valve, purge valve, PV648. Let's see. This is this is 2017 Nissan Datsun Sentra. I'll just go with a Sentra. I think it's a Sentra S. Alright, that one actually doesn't fit. Okay, from Advanced Auto Parts, a Doorman OE Solutions evaporative emissions canister vent valve sells for $34.49. So for a 2017 Nissan Sentra purge valve that runs from $727 from Nissan of Greer, South Carolina, to $31 at carparts.com. What the? I'd ask what Nissan of Greer, South Carolina is thinking, but I'm not really sure I want an answer. Okay, back to badge hunting. At least until I get asked another question. And then back to tech support. Move. I'm gonna need to avenge myself. Would be neat though. Die and I'll avenge myself. I could just turn around and drop a rock on everything's head. That works too. this time of year. I am snarfling like Darth Vader. It's just every minute is. And now for my least favorite badge of them all. Yeah, they are probably gonna see me. They saw me. But I lived. So I will fight another day. One second. Oh. This came from another player. Yeah, this little girl makes Sister Cycly look like Kreskin. Now, if you don't get that, in game, actually, she's not alive at any point, is she? Sister Psyche is one of the most powerful psychics. I think. I'm not really sure how this is going to be. And so, like, I know what I'm looking for, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh, my cat has decided to join us. You gonna meow for the microphone this time? Or since I got a shotgun mic, can you get away from meowing into the microphone? I'm not seeing it. I know it's supposed to be in here. I can't. Jingle, jingle. I was looking for Sister Psyche. The thing is, bring up LFG. Penny Yen is level range 20 to 25. Okay, so let's zip it down to 20. What was that? Possible wildfire hotspot detected near you. Okay. You know what? Just going to do that. Okay. Alright, so 20 to 25. Skyred a secret. End of iron. Destruction. So cool. Fault line, Metropolis, 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 Metropolis Crusader, Blind Faith, collateral damage. It's where I would have expected her. But since you start at 25 on it, oh, there we are. Clamor and Destruction. Alright. Investigate the Freak Show. Contact. Ask about this contact. Now, she is currently dead in the game. Or one of those who was supposedly killed during the Who Will Die story arc. She is, was the most powerful psychic in City of Heroes lore. She was replaced with the second and now most powerful psychic in City of Heroes lore, who is Penelope Yen. Now, for reference, Kreskin is kind of the question. Kreskin is an American actor, entertainer. He describes himself as a mentalist. He does not describe himself as a psychic. He is very good at using mentalism to make predictions, make forces. If you've ever watched Penn and Teller's Fool Us, then you've seen mentalists come on and they do something that just seems really out there, like they predicted something or they got somebody to do something. And then Penn normally gets this smile and then promptly tells them exactly how they pulled off the stuff that they did. And a lot of mentalism depends on forces or it depends on background information. So a lot of psychics, or people claiming to be psychics, are just mentalists who are very good at reading people or very good at doing background research and already having whatever information they need to pull off a con or a scam. So Kreskin, he describes himself as an entertainer, and he's still active. He sometimes gets on the, not that anyone watches basic television anymore, at least not by any determinable ratings. He occasionally pops up to make predictions about the coming year. So the statement that this little girl makes Sister Psyche look like Kreskin, I suspect is reference to an arc where Penelope Yen is unleashed and becomes, well, a version of Penelope Yen becomes Penelope Mayhem. Not a big fan of Penelope's costume. I mean, the Freedom Phalanx just watched their previous psychic sister Psyche get ripped apart. So I'm not sure that a bare midriff costume is really something Yen's going to be wearing, but well, we had that conversation already. Okay, so anyways, that was just the statement and the follow-up. But the thing is, if you've ever looked, more people are probably aware of a portrayal of a Kreskin-esque character than they are of Kreskin himself. And the portrayal that, well, at least by determinable metrics, has in viewers, streaming, DVD sales that people have seen, was Jim Phelps, who played a mentalist in the style of Kreskin in 1989's Mission Impossible episode, The Haunting. And that's all I could think of when I first saw that. Is, this girl, she makes Penelope Yen look like Jim Phelps. That's still kind of a high compliment in and of itself, but still, that's where I went to on that one. Alright, I know that I'm getting a little loopy on here, and I've ran out of hero side badges, and I'm not quite ready to head over to villain side yet. I'm not sure what they're going to do about that Nissan Sentra, because the repair build could either be reasonable, or it could be, what the what? But I'll probably hear about it tomorrow. I'm Aurian Archive, and I'll catch you later.